Although the Institute for Energy Studies at Western's Huxley College of the Environment is new, they've already hit the ground running. In collaboration with Puget Sound Energy, Western students are helping to save the regional sockeye population with hard work, determination, and some forward-thinking strategy that has brought one salmon run from just 100 fish in the early 90s to more than 30,000 this year.
What's wonderful here at this facility in Skagit County is that we're generating more power now through the remodeled turbines, but we're also seeing record numbers of young salmon coming back up the river every year. So we went from a few dozen salmon in the 90s to now around 50,000 a year coming up. At the same time, we're producing more energy. Several things happened to make us go from just a few dozen fish 20 years ago to now around 50,000 a year. One was science. We have advanced tools now, the floating surface collector here at on Lake Shannon that gathers the young salmon, then the ability to take them around the dam safely, and then below the fish trap where the fish are sorted and then put back into the river. All of these things have to work with what works for the fish. So we have biology involved, and then there's simply the investment to put the equipment in. But we know it's a worthwhile investment because the salmon are so important for us culturally in our area, for the recreation in our area, and for the economy as well. The science of handling the fish is part of the story. The other part of the story is people getting together and realizing they actually had a lot more in common than they had in differences, and by focusing on what they had in common, they came up with a solution that helped have more power, more jobs, and more salmon. Really great outcome. The great thing about the program at Western that Puget Sound Energy is supporting, the Institute for Energy Studies allows students to look at energy issues from all the different facets that are involved. And that's really a great way for students to learn exactly what we all learned here over 20 years putting this together, is that it's going to take a lot of different people at the table with different skills to make progress happen. It's another chance to show people that clean energy works in our community, and it works both environmentally, it also works in terms of bringing jobs. And that's what that program at Western is going to prepare students for in the future. That's why we're really proud to be a supporter.
So what we've found out from listening to people that work in the energy industry is that students who come out of a university understand often one aspect about how the energy industry works, but not in more than one aspect. So if they come out as an engineer, they might understand the engineering of, say, a windmill or a hydro plant really well, but they don't understand how the business and policy end of things work. And so the idea is that we're going to be producing students that are well-versed in all of the aspects of the energy industry, from the science all the way up through the policy and regulatory aspects. The Institute for Energy Studies at Western is a new unit that does interdisciplinary energy education that involves the College of Business and Economics, the College of the Environment, and the College of Science and Technology. And the idea is to get students at Western an energy education that spans the science, the policy, and the technology of the energy industry. The great thing about the students we have at Western is that they are not happy just sitting in the classroom. They want to get out there and work with people. And we find we have a lot of industry partners that are very eager to be taking students who don't have a degree yet, who are still working towards their degrees, to bring them out of the classroom and bring them out into the field and learn about real-world projects. So one of the great things we're doing, we find with our industry partners, is designing, for instance, capstone classes where students in their last year of their education at Western, they get to work out in the real world working on trying to solve a real world energy problem. And that involves not just understanding the science and the engineering, but also understanding the policy and the politics around working in the energy world.
We had recycling programs there, and there were also redemption centers. My concern for the environment was sparked in middle school and high school when we learned about climate change. And I guess I've always taken that with me throughout my undergrad and throughout my work as a professional.
I came to Western from East Wenatchee, which recycling and sustainability aren't huge trends, at least when I was in high school. I'd say I haven't always been environmentally conscious in recycling.